Spirit was very, very, very adamant about me getting this message out to you guys. So we are going to get straight into it. No further questions. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You are here with me, Goddess Ekua Ahima, founder of the AfroDomme Network, Academy, Magazine, AfroDomme Pay, AfroDomme Chat, all things AfroDomme. Today's reading is going to be for the collective. There is no specific sign, but today's reading is for the collective in regard to finances. Now, right out the gate, before I could even jump on to live to start this reading for you, I pulled a few cards just to see what the energy was, and this is really, really positive movement, forward movement. So like I was saying, Spirit was very adamant about me getting this message out to you guys. So here I am. For some of you, you could be over the next maybe 90 days or maybe even into the new year, you could be moving. Sorry, I got hiccups out of nowhere. But Spirit, like I said, was very adamant about me getting this message out to you guys for the collective. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening if you are joining us. This is not going to be a sign-specific reading, just one for the collective regarding finances. So take this reading how it resonates with you. Not all readings will resonate with everyone. Messages will only come out for those who need to hear them most. If you are new to my page, new to my channel, welcome. Like I said in the beginning, my name is Ekua Ahima, and I have been a reader, of course, first and foremost, but a financial dominatrix since 2017 myself. So we're going to be focusing on finances. We're going to be focused on relationships, but relationships from the perspective of financial domination and the dom sub relationship that you would have in said dynamic. So this information may apply to you in your romantic partnerships. If it does, please take this information how it resonates. But if not, do not force anything to resonate with you. Messages will always come out for those who need to hear them most. So if you are looking for more concrete information on how to get started in financial domination, what financial domination is, or you're looking for coaching, mentoring, classes, today's live is not necessarily the space for you to do that, but you can always click the link here in our bio to take our classes, to follow me here for more concrete advice, tips, tricks, etc. And again, we're going to focus on today's reading in just a second. I'm going to be using a couple of different decks. Today I'm going to start with the Ubuntu Oracle by yours truly, and then we're going to work our way in a circle around to the Sexual Magic Tarot, the Kama Sutra Tarot, and last but not least, the Goddess Guidance Oracle. The three of these tarot decks can be found anywhere and everywhere. However, this one right here, the Ubuntu Oracle, cannot be found any and everywhere because this specifically is my own imagery, my own works as a photographer and hoodoo reader in this space for many, many years. This deck is super old. I created it several years ago after coming back from that internship I was on in Ghana, West Africa. So this is a very unique deck to me and my work as a root worker. It is not going to be found on Amazon or anything of the like at this time. Now let me get some tissue because it seems like every time I get to start in a reading, I get this like nasally kind of thing. So this is just a wet wipe to keep it, keep it cute. Okay, so let's get started in today's reading, you guys. Like I said, the energy that I pulled right before this one was really significant. So for some of you, you could be, as one of your New Year's resolutions is to move to a new place, or one of your, kind of long-term goals over the next few months is to move. But there's something about forward movement. There's something about being really in tune with your power, really in tune with your manifestations, and allowing those things over the next several weeks to really come into full 3D fruition for you guys. So for those of you who've been working towards something or you've been manifesting something, now over the next 3 weeks is like when it's going to finally manifest into the 3D. Manifest as in it's already here, but again, it's just now physically something tangible in the 3D that you can hold on to, that you can really use as your confirmation of whatever this other big goal is for you. So yeah. Let's get our first 3 cards out to start this reading. First card out, we have release. First card out, we have release, responsibility, and the sun. Bottom of the deck, you have portal. So again, focusing on the opportunity, or this opportunity over the next several weeks, right? Really trying to cultivate what this is, bring it in for yourself into the physical. This is not saying that the manifestation or whatever this is not already here or already present. It is just not physically in your life. So for a lot of you, this could be something specifically materialistic, specifically something tangible. But with release, responsibility, and the sun, Spirit is definitely saying right out of the gate, it is no longer in your hands, so to speak, as to when this will manifest for you. It's about knowing that it is going to manifest and then just allowing yourself to kind of wait for it to show up. So with release, responsibility, and the sun, this is definitely Spirit's confirmation of, just there's nothing else that you can do to make this happen faster, to call this in faster. This is you literally sitting back on the sidelines and letting Spirit essentially do the rest of the work. So from that time you order a package to the time that you are waiting for it to arrive on your porch, you may have a tracking number or something like that. But even sometimes, especially in this example, even if you are, let's say, for example, tracking a package, it doesn't mean that things aren't moving slower or faster as far as the delivery of said package. So you could have a tracking number and then the tracking number maybe isn't updated, or things are moving a lot faster, so then the package comes early. So you're kind of in that same kind of waiting game, right? Of, okay, it is literally out of my hands at this point. Spirit is taking over. Okay, calm down. Spirit is taking over the rest, and essentially we are just being asked to, allow ourselves to give Spirit the time to bring this in. I can shuffle these cards today. Release with the 10 of Pentacles. Remember, this is one of the decks that you will not be able to see up close. The 12 of Pentacles breaking down to the 3 and the Star, Aquarian energy. But again, we are not going with anything sign specific, so take this information how it resonates with you. The 10 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Star. There's definitely some luck in your favor here. There's definitely some luck in your favor. What this is for you could really be different for everyone. In some instances with this 10 of Pentacles energy, I'm getting like this is a cycle completion. This is the end of a chapter. This is the end of a lifetime, and maybe the beginnings of another. For some of you, what you are releasing, so to speak, or what you're walking away from is this kind of false identity, or maybe even just a false reality. You could have been dealing with a lot of things like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that have left what it is that you are looking forward to in the future really, really bright. So it's almost as if you're leaving one cycle and kind of coming into the next. Like the aftermath of the tower moment is almost how this feels, right? So the tower has already fallen, the ashes have settled, the dust has settled. You've already picked up the pieces, so to speak, and you're kind of like on the way to this new beginning. And that's kind of probably why this like antsy energy is coming in, because it's like, if you're waiting on this new beginning after this major tower moment, it's really easy to just be like, oh my God, like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is this thing that I'm trying to manifest? But with responsibility in the Three of Pentacles, Spirit is definitely keeping you in waiting. Spirit is keeping you in waiting of this confirmation, of this manifestation. It doesn't seem like they're doing it in a sense of punishment or something like that. But there is something about the sun and the star, the sun and the stars that is really, physical and, no, what's the word I'm looking for? Literal and figurative. So the moon and the stars are waiting to kind of come together in a cosmic sense. And then the moon and the stars could also mean like Spirit is literally going to bring you this thing in divine timing. And of course, divine timing never goes off of our time frames, our schedules. So essentially, Spirit is just saying you're waiting for the moon and the stars, or the sun and the stars, to come together in this sort of cosmic alignment, divine timing, my timing, not yours kind of way. But usually in that sense, when that happens, we typically get something better, right? If Spirit is making you wait for this manifestation, if Spirit is making you wait for this thing, 9 times out of 10, that usually means what it is that you're attracting, what it is that you're manifesting, what it is that you're actually going to get as a result is usually going to be 10, 20 times better than what it is that you were imagining from the get-go. Spirit, tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles regarding finances. I see you. The Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords. You could have been struggling a lot, very heavily with your patience. Patience is totally a virtue. And when people say that really is like a true thing. Patience is totally a virtue. For some of you, this was a very painful end to something, whatever it is that you have kind of already released, right? This is not like you're actively releasing this thing. For some of you, you could be. So take that how it resonates. But for some of you, you are kind of already on the other side of it. You're in that like limbo waiting kind of phase. And whatever this was, it was an extremely painful event. It was extremely traumatizing. Maybe you were going through that tower moment. Maybe you were going through that dark night of the soul before you could kind of get into this part of the reading where we are now. Something about it was very painful, and it required you to, cut certain people, certain things out of your life. Two of Swords here with the Three of Pentacles. This kind of feels like you have put up a certain kind of hesitance. For some of you, this could be a certain kind of hesitance towards really like believing that your manifestations or whatever this energy is, picking up on, you're having a hard time kind of believing that this is true. You're having a hard time kind of believing that this is for you. So with the Two of Swords, this is more of like that passive, like, I feel like you're giving it to me. I can see that you're giving it to me. I'm seeing the signs. But then at the same time, I'm still kind of standoffish, like, I don't know. So I can show you this one because it's not as graphic. So as you can see, like, he's offering her this rose and she's kind of hesitant. Like, she's like, I'll smell it, but like, I'm not really paying you too much attention. I don't know. So it's like almost as if you have this sort of guard up around this idea. Like, I'm seeing the signs, I'm seeing the readings, I'm hearing people talk about it. I'm maybe seeing other people manifesting the same things that I'm trying to manifest, but I'm not 100% sure. This is what you're saying, but I'm not 100% sure, like, is this really for me? Like, you're almost skeptical to a certain extent. And honestly, with the Two of Cups, Spirit is kind of asking you to, let your guard down in this regard, right? There's nothing negative about this energy. There's nothing here that feels negative about the energy. Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups. There's nothing negative that, feel this energy feels like. There's no sense of negativity or air of negativity here. It seems really, really positive. Again, with recovery and, who was this? Not recovery, release, and the Ten of Swords. This was certainly something that was a very painful experience for you. So it may have been a tower moment. It may have been you doing an immense amount of shadow work. So maybe that, coming off of that pain, coming off of that kind of very mentally taxing and emotional time for yourself is what has you kind of like over guarded. This is what has your guard up of like skepticism, because you're very raw, you're very sensitive right now. Clarifying the Ten of Swords with Goddess Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Spirit is saying love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So this is definitely a good sign for, you to, love on yourself, show yourself some love, show yourself some appreciation, take care of yourself. Because whatever this is, it definitely feels like it was a very emotionally, like I said, emotionally taxing kind of experience, which is usually what happens when you are doing shadow work, usually what happens when you are in some type of very deep, like tower moment or whatever. You also have Guardian, Goddess Artemis Guardian. The Guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So as I was saying, Spirit is like saying, like, let your guard down. There's nothing, wrong. There's nothing going to come and like attack you right now. It is totally okay to, be in this new, fresh energy. It's almost as if you've been through like a lot of fucked up shit, and then you finally deal with it. You finally face all of these fears. You finally face all of this trauma. And now you like come out on the other side and you're like, okay, now what? Right? Like, because you're so traumatized, or because you were so traumatized, it's like you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And now you're on the other side of healing from this and letting all of these things go. And it's like, you're waiting for something else bad to happen, but Spirit is essentially saying like, no, that's it. This is that new lifestyle that you were asking for. This is that new beginning, that new chapter that you've been working towards, that you've been calling in. There's no more of this chaos and like unresolved shit and like bitterness and disdain here. It feels very, very clean and pure and quiet. So you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Basically, Spirit is telling you to, let your guard down. Not that you are going to be then susceptible to an attack or susceptible to some of the same things that you've gone through in the past, but just knowing it's okay to just breathe. It's okay to just let your shoulders relax, unclench your jaw, stop bouncing your leg up and down, right? When you, that kind of feeling that you get when you're anxious and you're just sitting somewhere, it's okay to just sit and be still in this moment and get excited about what it is that you're calling in. The next card out we had was Goddess Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So now's not the time for you to, be on defense and like, I gotta, prepare for any kind of unknown attack or just be on the defense mode. Spirit is essentially saying like, everything's good. what you've gone through is what you've gone through in the past. You've done all of this work to let it go and feel those feelings and move through that work. And it is totally okay to now feel this calm, peaceful, protected energy and get excited about what it is that you are looking forward to in the future, and start taking risks to, make that happen for yourself. Start putting yourself out there. It's like all of these boundaries that you had, or all of this, like, really this tight, confined space that you were maybe mentally in, is just no longer there. And now that it's no longer there, that can feel scary, that can feel new. But this is a good feeling. This is not something that you should be afraid of. This newfound freedom, so to speak, that you have, this isn't to be fearful of. It's to be excited about. It's to, take off, take flight, start making moves for yourself, and really take advantage of, again, that newfound sense of freedom that you have. Mary Magdalene with resources, waste, and waiting. Yeah, don't allow this opportunity to, go to waste. Don't allow this opportunity to go to waste. Use the resources that you have at your disposal to your advantage right now. And allow this time of, like we said earlier, divine timing, the sun and the stars waiting to come together, this divine timing thing that Spirit is talking about. Allow this time to have fun, to experiment. Sure, you're waiting for this thing that Spirit is talking about, and they've been talking about forever now, and it's on the way. But in the meantime, in between time, you don't have to just sit still and do nothing and be anxious and be worried and be afraid. You can do whatever you want, right? It's like a bird being trapped in a cage. I don't know why I'm getting this imagery, but I am. It's like a bird being trapped in a cage all its life. And then one day someone comes along and frees the bird out of the cage. And the bird is just sitting there like, okay, well, what do I do? Like, you let me out of the cage, but like, what do I do now? And it's like, oh, well, you could do anything. You're a fucking bird. Like, you could go fly. You can go get the fuck out of here. Like, you can literally go do whatever. And it's like, you're this bird that's just been trapped in this cage for so long. You're just like, well, damn, I don't know what to do again. Like, what if I get trapped in another cage? Or what if this, or what if that? Or so now it's like, you're not doing anything. And Spirit is saying, like, okay, you've been trapped in a cage your whole life. Now you have a sense of freedom. You can go and live your life and do whatever with that freedom. Sure, it's likely or possible that you could be trapped in a cage again as a bird, because that's just how it is when you a bird. Sometimes you get trapped in a cage. But when you're free, you don't forget to fly. And when you are free and you move with that sense of freedom, you can go, you can do whatever, you can live your life. You don't have to be worried about fearing that next moment, fearing the shoe dropping in this kind of sense, right? So like being a bird that's trapped in a cage all its life, and then one day suddenly it's let free and it doesn't know what to do. And then, you have to kind of be pushed to fly off and go do your thing. Even if you do get trapped in the cage again, you can always fly off and go do your thing. You don't have to be waiting for this other shoe to drop, because it doesn't seem like there is going to be this other shoe dropping. So take that example, how it resonates with you. If it resonates with you, you get the point. But resources, waste, and waiting. Don't allow this free time that you have while you are waiting to go to waste. Use what you have at your disposal. Make the best of it. I don't know why I have hiccups. Like intermittent hiccups. Use the best of the tools that you have around you right now, and, prepare for this new energy that's coming in. Prepare for this new blessing, this new opportunity. But again, don't just sit around being anxious, being afraid of the unknown, because you don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. So if you sit around allowing yourself to overthink and be anxious about the unknown because you're trying to control things that you can't control, you know, you're going to miss opportunities that you could have taken advantage of by just saying, okay, well, Spirit is telling me to wait for XYZ to come in, but in the meantime, in between time, I can do XYZ now to distract myself or to prepare myself or just to have a good time, because I don't have to live the same way that I lived when I was traumatized. I don't have to live the same way that I was living when you were in this like past cycle. Sorry, I'm trying to get my bang together. Ooh. You know, oh, not one of my buttons came open. All right. So yeah. The 11 of Cups breaking down to the 2 of Cups. The 13 breaking down to a 4 with the 6. Okay, Cups all around. So we have the 12 of Cups breaking down to a 2. 13 breaking down to a 4. And the 1, what is that? 4, no, 2, 4, that's 6, 1, 7. So 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Good forward communication. I feel like over the next several days, you guys are going to be picking up on further communication from Spirit in regards to this. This could be even further, maybe confirmation or something like that. I don't know why my buttons keep popping open. I know I had some Chipotle a little earlier, but my buttons keep popping open. I'm not like the Pussycat Dolls, though. I ain't trying to loosen up my buttons. Not here. Okay, not here. But yeah, you guys could be getting some type of, you know, additional confirmation from Spirit in the next few days regarding this. Or maybe this is like a phone call. I don't know. The 2 of Cups with the Ace of Chalices, which is the same thing as the Ace of Cups, darling. The 8 of Wands and the 5 of Swords of sorts. So essentially, Spirit is saying, you know, take this time to really get back into yourself. Tap into your divinity with this like sexy, sultry, like 8 of Wands and 5 of Swords energy. Tap back into yourself. It is time to tap back into yourself and really get into alignment with what it is that you want to create. What is this that you want to kind of see from yourself in this new timeline? See from yourself in this new beginning and start to, you know, carry yourself and embody that energy while you are waiting for this manifestation to come in, right? You don't have to just sit and be anxious and be worried about the future, about the unknown. There are things that you can do right now. There are things that you can take advantage of right now, and you need to do them. I mean, shit, you don't have nothing else to do, right? Spirit is saying you're waiting on my moves, so you don't have shit else to do. You might as well do something. Siege, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. It's time for you to really focus on yourself, bring in this new version of yourself into existence. If it's time for you to rest, if it's time for you to take some time for self-care, if it's time for you to I'm talking about go out and party. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, but like really taking some time in meditation to say, hey, what is it that I'm looking for now? What is that going to require from me? How do I want to show up for that? And what is that going to take from me from now on to have what it is that is about to come in, to maintain what it is that's about to come in? Goddess Yamanya, golden opportunity, clarifying the Eight of Wands. Important doors are opening for you now. Walk through them, right? So again, preparing for these opportunities to come to you. If these important doors are opening for you, right? Think of it like a job interview. You're not just going to show up to a job interview that you really, really want. I know this is a terrible example because none of us over here ever really aspire to do labor and have a job, but this is the best example I could come up with. So like if you're preparing for a job interview that you really want to go to or that you really like, you're not just going to show up, looking any kind of way. So if you know that this opportunity is coming, you're going to, look nice. You're going to get your hair done. You're going to maybe get some new clothes, or you're going to wash your clothes, or you're going to prepare for this, or you're going to prepare for that. So Spirit is essentially saying the same thing. Take some time for yourself to, practice relentless self-care and really just mentally, physically, emotionally prepare for what it is that you are, calling in, honestly. Last card out, we have, I love this one. Last card out, we have Goddess Sedna. Infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. I think that is so beautiful to kind of end this reading on. Just knowing again that what it is that is coming in is something that is totally in divine alignment with you and will totally be a reflection of you, your divine purpose, your higher spirit, and what it is that you really do want to create for yourself, as long as you, again, follow this advice, honestly, and take that time, or take this time now while you are waiting for whatever this manifestation is to come in, taking that time to reflect, release, let go, practice self-care, get that rest, and really just walk into, maybe for some of you this is like a New Year's resolution, but really just walk into this with like a certain amount of confidence and power and certainty about where you're going forward. So I love this reading down. And yeah, I think I'm going to post this one on YouTube as well. So thank you guys so much for the likes and comments. I usually try to stick around after we finish out the reading, but I need to go take a quick break. So I shall see you on the flippity flip. Thank you guys, of course, for all of the love, likes, comments, etc. Toodles.